ringed by water, lighting the Olympic flame. In one brief, glorious moment, Cathy, as she always has, did her nation, her race and herself proud. Here was the woman we've watched grow up, from Commonwealth Games gold at just 16 to her silver medal in Atlanta, and more recently, her 2 World Championship victories. And tomorrow, we'll watch again, willing her to victory in the 400 metres, the gold medal that would confirm to Australia and the world that she really is Catherine the Great.
The big favourite for a home win in Australia, Cathy Freeman. Twice world champion.
Has it sunk in yet that you're world champion?
I was waiting for you to... Oh, no. I mean, world champion, yeah, it sounds great and all. But what's even more important was the fact that...
Or you can stare at it until defeat blinks.
Cathy Freeman carries the hopes of a nation on her shoulders. For a while, it was shaping up as one of the most dramatic contests of the Games. Cathy versus Marie-José Perec, who took the gold in Atlanta.
Freeman beginning to stride out and stride away.
It has been one of track and field's greatest rivalries.
Which got the Australian going well too.
She's been so used to being unbeaten, you know. And I think I'm gonna be a bit of a pain in the neck to her for it.
Just days ago, Perec surprised everybody by pulling out of the Games and fleeing Australia. But the truth is, she's been avoiding a showdown ever since Cathy trounced her in Brussels in '97.
I think what I found most satisfying was the fact that she had such a terrific record, you know. And I was kind of like the new kid on the block. And I know people have told me, and I can feel it when I'm on the circuit, like in the dining hall with other athletes and managers and meat promoters and all the...
When we first met Cathy Freeman on 60 Minutes over a decade ago, she described herself as a girl from the Queensland bush who wanted to be somebody. Already it was clear she was determined to be the best.
When I was little, I used to look into magazines and have a look at all these famous faces, people who were successful and had achieved. I want to achieve the ultimate.
And that is?
Well, as far as athletics is concerned, it's Olympic gold.
Cathy was a natural, born with speed and endurance. Her Aboriginal father, Twinkle Toes Freeman, was a football speedster. Her brother Norman, who trained with her, also was a young sprint champion.
When we lived up near Mount Isa, we'd run along the banks. We'd have a race, like give you a race from that stump down to the bridge. You know, we'd go for a quick bolt. It was good training too because it was sand and it was quite thick, but it was fun.
Did you win in those days?
No, Norman did. Only because he was a boy.
Arms.
While Cathy and Norman won sporting scholarships to the international school in Queensland's Coralbin Valley, there was one of the 5 Freeman kids always on their mind, one who couldn't run at all. Anne-Marie had cerebral palsy.
One thing about Anne-Marie was that she made me realise when I was little, when we used to go and visit her, Mum used to always tell us, you know, make the most of who you are, don't ever take anything you've got for granted. Not only mentally, but physically as well. And that did mean a lot to me. And that's when
if he hadn't have come along at the time that he did, I don't think that I could have had the resources to do it on my own.
When Cathy was 7, her Aboriginal mother, Cecilia, remarried. Cathy's stepfather, Bruce Barber, was her very first coach.
I didn't know anything about athletics, but I thought, well, if nothing else, I could teach her to get fit. But virtually right from the start, I realised that I could only do this for so long, and then we'd have to get proper coaching.
Yeah, it was a good one. It was a good one now.
Her first professional coach was Mike Danila, a Romanian defector who couldn't believe his luck in finding such untapped talent in Australia.
It was pretty good one. It was good.
Alright.
All right? Yeah.
Yeah, I felt a bit slow at the start.
Yeah.
I felt myself...
How
go
good
down
is
a
she?
bit.
This is a very good question. I can't answer to this question because she looks like without any limit.
Cathy's chance to prove herself came at the 1990 Commonwealth Games in Auckland. At 16, the youngest in our relay team became the first Aboriginal Australian to win gold at the Commonwealth Games. What did it mean to you as an Aboriginal girl to win that first gold medal as a sprinter for Australia?
Well, it's a very emotional thing for me because I guess I cannot ignore the fact that I am Aboriginal. There's no way. I can't switch off like that.
Go.
And I know that we can help each other.
The Young Australian of the Year for 1990 is Catherine Freeman.
At just 17, Cathy achieved another first.
I want you to know that I'm thrilled to be the first Aboriginal youth to be recognised for such distinction. I'm shaking.
What did it mean to Aboriginal kids to see Cathy named as Young Australian of the Year?
I think it meant an awful lot because
At the Commonwealth Games in Victoria, Canada, that suddenly elevated a naturally shy athlete to centre stage. The Australian Games chief, Arthur Tunstall, was outraged. Why do you think Arthur Tunstall and people like him feel so threatened when you wrap your heart in both of our flags?
Who?
You've forgotten already?
I don't know who. He's
Arthur
a-
Tunstall? Remember Arthur Tunstall? You've erased him from your memory?
I don't even know who you're talking about. Who's he talking about? No, okay, seriously, I mean, you know, all he did was cause even more attention, bring more attention to the whole episode, and at the end of the day, I did what I wanted to do. Nobody stopped me.